reasonable request. And all I was doing was saying, let's wait 30 days until we know for sure exactly where we're at, and then maybe we could even post for another part-time. I don't know.
Are we looking at getting another part-timer then?
That is my question.
I mean, what is the plan going forward, Jeff?
Do you have the recommendation from the union? Look like this?
It's your spreadsheet.
Yes.
It shows the dollar by.
Yep.
Right now, all we're asking for is to bring Dave Howell on to full-time and to post for the lead position to be filled. Which I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that that will be Dave Lundberg. Now, I'm putting words in his mouth because he hasn't signed up for anything because we haven't approved the posting, so I'm 5 days ahead of myself. But assuming that happens, and if there's conversation with Mr. Sarvey and myself, and he feels that there's more questions that he wants to answer for the council prior to applying for a part-time position to be filled, which we would like to have, we'll discuss that together, and then we'll ask for that at the time. I do not have that approved through the union. What I have approved through the union to bring to you is what we have in this paper. Asking for Mr. Howe to go full-time, and asking for a posting for 5 days to elevate someone within to Doug Rislow's position at a savings of $35,651.20. That's all I've asked for tonight.
And then if we decide to get a part-time person at a future date, that would come out of that $35,000 savings, so it would be a smaller savings, but.
You're not gonna hire a man at the level that we lost.
No, I'm fully aware of that. I mean, yeah.
But you said you did want to hire a part-timer after this, somewhere down the road.
Because Vern has legitimate concerns that Steve and I have talked about. We didn't ask for that right now because we understand what's being asked of us as far as public works and watching how we spend our money. So at this point tonight, no, I'm not asking for that half-time man at this point. We're gonna discuss that and then bring that back to see what we need.
We know that that would need to be justified. We've been sketching out some options because of the union negotiations. We're kind of handcuffed as far as being able to put anything solid for consideration. What we've been looking at is right now you have general maintenance, you've got senior maintenance, and you've got public works director. And what we're looking to do is try to establish some steps so that these guys, when they get hired, you don't go from grade 4 to grade 5 or step 4 to step 5, and then that's your career. Work here for 26 some odd years, and that's what you've got. What we're trying to do is create, I call it a foreman position. We're not sure what the title is going to be, but you have your entry level where you're learning the job, and then you've got specialties, whether it's water, wastewater, or it's parks, or it's streets, and then you've got a senior maintenance position, public works director. Doing what is being proposed tonight is not going to jeopardize that in any stretch of the imagination, because those middle range positions are probably they're going to come out at a higher value than the step 4s that we're talking about putting Dave Howe into right now, because of the requirements that they're going to have for licensure. But that's all a work in progress, and to do that comprehensively and to establish these new positions and get it approved by the union, approved by council, everybody else, it's going to take some time to do that. And I think we made that commitment to look at that as part of our negotiations this fall. I'm understanding it's gonna take a while to do that.
Has the union had any, what's a good word, maybe difficulty in understanding that this is the goal that we want to do, to have foremen for different
No,
deals?
I don't know, because, they probably will be in agreement, but that, we didn't wanna make that part of the negotiation. We gotta, and you've seen, what's being considered for that, 1-year contract. The language we know needs a change, and that was one of the reasons we wanted to do a shorter term contract, so we could discuss these issues, and we could have a more of a career path for people in public works.
I think that's good.
I like the idea.
But it's gonna take a while to get there, and I think what Jeff was saying and what I was putting is, we ran the numbers to show that, at least budget-wise, adding 2 hours isn't gonna make, it's not gonna be hurtful to the city from a budgetary standpoint. It's gonna help public works, and it's going to preserve the flexibility that I think the city council wants to have, which is to set these things up for the future and for a longer term, as far as staffing goes in public works.
So you are comfortable, Jeff, if we make this move, that we'll be able to get by with temporary, seasonal, part-time people for help, snow removal, whatever, till we can get these other issues ironed out?
Yes, this is not something that I said, this is what's gonna go to council, and this is what Jeff wants.
This is not what Jeff wants.
This is no,
This
this is
is-
collaboration with
this
the
is me.
union,
Yeah.
with Mr. Sarvey, with my guys, to say, what is the best option for us right now, because he's leaving at the absolute worst time he could leave.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is a good time to leave.
After the snowfall.
Well,
after
maybe
the-
that.
Yeah, this is arguably the worst time.
So,
For his position.
the talent that we have in a man that already is licensed, the city's already paid for those licenses.
He's already worked for us.
He had been there 8 years, he left for 2, and he's been with us since January of '08. Is that right, Dave?
2010,
Yeah,
10.
so on part-time.
Yep.
What, have you got any person that, for snowfall, say, removal, do you have any person in mind, or her sons in mind?
Yeah, seasonal part-time help, as public works director, I hire and fire those as we have them, because again, they're seasonal. You can only have them for a certain period of time, so I don't wanna give you a name in case he's sitting here in the audience and he doesn't know. So I wanna make sure that, we have these ducks in a row before we do anything else.
1, 2, how many, 3?
One.
1.